Hey, everybody, you've reached Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. This is your home for everything twin flame energy. On this channel, we are going to teach you the energy behind this connection. And why is that so important? Because it's the energy that brings your soul back into one. So everything we focus on in this channel is energy and soul alignment, because those are the key, the recipe to getting your twin flame back and learning how to balance them in. So if you're new to our channel, make sure you hit subscribe, click on the bell for notifications for new videos when they drop. And we just want to welcome you all. If you haven't checked out our book yet, The Twin Flame Bible for Union, seriously, there is nothing out there in this connection. This book is it's groundbreaking. I'm serious, and I don't mean to sound boastful when I say that. It is divine. It's not boastful. It is seriously groundbreaking in the twin flame journey. So if you haven't checked it out yet, click on the link, grab a copy, because you're going to find out stuff about the energy between twin flames that no one else has figured out yet. So seriously, grab it. So today, because we are in this with you, we are in this journey with you. The balancing never stops. Even though Joanne and I, we've had our dark night, we've had our separation, we've balanced our people back in, and we've been in permanent physical union with them for years now, the balancing journey never ends. And that's why we created World's Cup of Joe, because this journey is hard, it's isolating, it's lonely. And when you talk to anybody who has never been through the journey, or even if they're on the journey and they're not balancing, you are not going to have the right equipment, technically, right? The right knowledge base of how the energy really works and plays out to maintain your own connection. So we're right along here with you, and we're going through this every day. The balancing journey never ends. So I wanted to jump on this call with Joanne like right now. Right now is like, get me a Zoom link, because I experienced something with my twin that I wanted to share with you. And Joanne said something that was so freaking good. It was like, we needed to share it with all of you because it was really, really important for you all to hear this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on what's going on. So Joanne and I, as I mentioned, we just launched our book this week. And not only did we launch our book this week, Joanne sent me a message first thing saying that we are #1 new releases on Amazon, which holy cow, like, oh my gosh, my heart was so full. I have been so proud of myself all morning. I've been so proud of Joanne. I've been so proud of World's Cup of Joe. I'm so excited, right? And we are in the middle, my person and I are in the middle of a move, a really stressful, hectic move. I'm canceling that. It's going to be fine. We are in the middle of this move. And he is really consumed with figuring out how to get our barn moved, how to make a new fence, all this stuff within the next 7 days. And that's been occupying his time for the last month and a half. And so I've been sending him messages, book launch. I've been sending him updates, like the comments people are saying. And then this morning I sent him the picture of us being #1. And then I went downstairs and I brought it up. And he just sort of looked at me and was like, okay. And then he went back to his stuff he was worrying about. And I texted you, Joanne, immediately, and I was like, I'm in anger right now, because this is how you balance. I want you guys to all hear this real life twin flame balancing experience so you all know how to do it. I went downstairs, and instead of spewing on him, I'm angry with you, I'm so upset, you hurt my feelings, right? I went down and I texted you, Joanne. I said, I'm really in anger right now. My mind's in anger because one of the biggest accomplishments of my life is going on, and he's acting indifferent. Like, what is this? And then, becoming a little balanced, I messaged him from downstairs. He's upstairs. I messaged him a text that was from a place more of anger, because anger doesn't push the same way need does. I don't need anything from him. I was just really disappointed that I wasn't able to celebrate with him.
Let's explain why anger doesn't push. The anger doesn't push because it's actually higher than desire, and desire is where you still need.
Yes.
So Elizabeth doesn't need. She's in that place of anger on its way to pride, which is in the cusp of surrender. And the fact that you texted me saying I'm in anger, she identified the energy, emotion that is not her, which is mine, which is saying I'm in mine right now.
Yes. So I messaged him and I was like, I just want you to know one of the biggest accomplishments of my life just happened. And like, I was hurt that you were indifferent. And that's sort of what the gist of what I said, right? And then I went back and I put my phone down and I didn't care of his response. I did not care how he responded, because anger is that emotion where you're going within and you don't give an F about how they respond or not. That's sort of why anger doesn't push as well, because you're going within instead of going external. So I told him how my mind was feeling, but I didn't need anything in return from him. In fact, I didn't want anything in return from him. But within 2 minutes, I hear him walk up. I hear him walk on the floor above me, and I hear him come down the stairs in the basement with me. And the first thing was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean it. My mind's just so consumed with this stuff. And I was just like, I don't need, because he was like, I am so proud of you. I've been here with you the whole time. I've been watching you. I'm so sorry that I didn't say it, but I am so proud of you. I said, you know what? I don't need you to be proud of me. And that was the truth. I didn't need him to be proud of me. I just wanted to be able to celebrate with him. And when he was like looking back at his notes and he was stressing about the barn move and this, it was like, okay, I can't even celebrate something that's such a big accomplishment for me. And Joanne, tell everybody what you said, because this is freaking pivotal. And this actually blew my mind a little bit. So go ahead and say what you said.
So excitement, right? When we think of excitement, we think of celebrating, we think of jumping up and down. It's still good or bad. It's still duality. And we're essentially expecting our person to meet us in emotion, right? I'm in this very high elated emotion. Yes, the emotion is high. And there's also emotions that are low. But our people doesn't come to us with emotions. They come to us with presence. And so Elizabeth's absolutely right. Her person has been there the whole time in this book. When we talk about our people pool, when we talk TFs, her person has been there while we're editing the book. She's been reading passages of her Dark Knight, and when he pulled in front of him, and he's there, he's supportive, he's present with her. And right now he's present about the barn because that's his present moment.
Yes, so, right there, Joanne, right there. That's what Joanne told me. He can only give you presence. And right now he's present on the barn. And I was like, holy smokes, you're right. My present moment for me is my stuff with the book and my excitement with the book. But that's not where his present moment, that's not where his focus is. His present moment was looking at his notes, figuring out how we're going to move this barn in the rain. That's what he was able to give me. He was able to give me presence. And that is what you guys all need to understand. It's not even about your present moment shared together. It's individually what's going on in the present moment for you. And so as a divine feminine, it was like, holy smokes, you're right. He did give me his presence, but his presence and his focus and his attention was completely on his stuff. And I, as the divine feminine, what is my role with this? My role, and it doesn't sound fair, right? To the mind, it doesn't sound fair. I have to be okay with that. I have to be in acceptance of that, and I have to not judge that. And right away, what I did, I was judging the presence he was able to give me, which was not the way my mind wanted it. My mind had a preference of me telling him what's going on with me and him being able to stop his present moment and focus it on me. And that was still an expectation, and it was a preference, and it was mind. This is why this journey is so hard, because it is so hard to even wrap our brains around the fact that we can tell someone on the street, right? We can tell someone stranger off the street, hey, my book just hit #1 in new releases on Amazon. And they're going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. I don't know you, but that's amazing. They're going to be able to meet with us in this place of emotions. Yeah, and we can tell our person, and all they can give us is their present moment, regardless of our present moment. His present moment was on his stuff he was dealing with, and that's what he could give me. And to the mind, that sounds really unfair. It sounds really, really unfair. And that's why so many divine feminines are like, why do I have to put up with this, right? That's what they're thinking. Why do I have to put up with this? Well, that's this connection. It is not a soulmate connection. It is not I'm going to celebrate in mind with you. I'm going to meet you in these emotions, and give you that emotional connection you're wanting at this time, I'm going to meet you with presence. And in my present moment right now, all my mind can think about is the barn and moving and how we're going to do this when our fields are flooded and we have to move this, huge barn from one property to another. This stuff is huge. This is why we have this channel. No one's going to teach you this stuff because no one's talking about the balancing experience that you and I, Joanne, are talking about every day because we're going through it every day. We're living it. We're feeling the emotions of mind and we're balancing it.
Like as a TF, I can't see that it's a rainbows and butterflies. I can't see that I'm going to be Buddha. That's not effing real, loves. Let's just get real. This journey is not rainbows and butterflies. It's being in the dark room, woo-za-ing, because mind and body wants to experience the human experience. So we want to hear the truth in this journey. This is why me and Elizabeth are different, because we're guiding you in it step by step in the reality of this connection. You're in it with us, love. We're in this together. It's real. It's cray-cray. And no, it's not rainbows and butterflies. It's the opposite of rainbows and butterflies, because this is an inner struggle, inner journey, inner union with yourself. And so the parts of us that wants to experience the human experience, that's Elizabeth. She wanted to experience the emotional highs, right? The emotional high of excitement.
Joanne, you just made me realize something, love.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting here while you were talking about this. This journey is not rainbows and butterflies. This journey is a deeper connection within ourself and our own spiritual ascension, which is releasing mind. So I was just asking myself while you were talking, what kind of mind was triggered right there? And I know exactly what it was now that I'm thinking about it. I've gone over this with you, Joanne. I think I have in videos. It was really, really hard to get praise from my parents. I don't think I heard "I'm proud of you" from my mom until I told her as a 40-year-old woman. You've never sat there, mom, and told me you're proud of me, regardless of straight A's in high school, regardless of finishing top in my class, regardless of getting my master's degree, regardless of being an amazing mom, regardless of anything I've done. You've never said you're proud of me. So I think my mind, right, because this is still part of that, right? I wanted to celebrate my own accomplishment that no one in my childhood, in my life, celebrated with me, my whole thing. So when he did it, it triggered the part of me that felt that way. And that's why I got upset. And now sitting here and realizing it, you're right. I don't need anyone to be, I don't need anyone to celebrate with me. I celebrate me.
Yeah.
I celebrate me.
Oh, it's true. We are looking for externals to validate what we are now. Like, okay, I did this amazing thing, and you went straight back into that little girl that never got praised, never got validated. And we give ourselves that validation. We give ourselves the pride. We give ourselves the award, right? You're first place, Elizabeth. You win always. You win always now. From now on. You know why, loves? You're all first place. We're all first place because we're awakened. We've already gotten an upper hand above everybody else in this world. We had a beautiful call yesterday. It was so beautiful. When this beautiful soul listens to this video, she's going to know we talked about her. But anyway, she said something amazing. And she said, I don't even care what happens between me and this other body, right? The fact that I woke up in this journey to recognize unconditional love was worth it. Like, oh my gosh, higher level, love for all, love for him, love for everything. I woke up, and for that, I'm so grateful. And it's like, there's no one else in this world that knows they're not mine. And so, yes, Elizabeth had a moment where she had to go wooza and work through that emotion. But how cool is it to know I'm not this emotion that needs validation from other people, this emotion that needs other people to celebrate me so I can feel celebrated. We can celebrate ourselves now. We can celebrate our awakening now. We can celebrate our accomplishments now.
And
Our
we're worthy
people.
now. And that's so funny, because I was thinking about that same beautiful soul that we talked to yesterday, because there was a part of her when she was activated in our call, when she had that release with us, it was like I didn't feel right. I didn't feel seen. It was sort of that type of discussion. We said, you are so amazing. You are so worthy that your soul chose you to be an awakened one. And there are so few people in this lifetime that will ever experience the levels of consciousness that we are all, as twin flame divine feminines, experiencing. So not only does that make us worthy, that makes us freaking chosen. And we should feel empowered and so freaking special. And so often the mind dwells on all of the pain it's feeling that it can't even see how freaking special we are. So special that I don't need someone else to say, good job, and pat me on the back the way the mind wanted it to, right? That's what the mind wanted. It was seeking an external validation to say, good job. The good job comes from within us, because we don't need the externals anymore, because I hate to say it, but they're sort of meaningless, right? Because anyone could say, good job. But if you're not saying it to yourself, what does it even matter?
Well, our people is our greatest teacher, right? So they are the ones that bring and ignites these shifts within ourselves to give ourselves a good job. If our people just sat around and validated the mind all day, we would be just existing in mind every day. But no, they're not going to give you the there. They're not. They're going to allow you to experience the shifts within yourself as your soul. Because your soul isn't going to come in and be like, "No, let me move this experience. Let me move that. I want Elizabeth to be super comfortable in her life," right? No, soul's going to get you rough. Soul's going to feather you up a little bit so that you can recognize this is mine, and we'll actually bring that experience to you. And I talked about this in a video. I had like kind of an emergency. I needed his help. I needed him to buy something at the store for me that I couldn't get at that moment because I was incapable of it at that moment, right? I couldn't do it physically myself because I just needed help. You know, when you get those experiences, there's moments in your life where you're going to need help from someone else. And I couldn't physically go to the store. I needed him to do it. And he couldn't. He couldn't. And I'm looking at him like, who the F are you? Like, you don't love me, right? And now we're in this place of conditional love, but that's how my mind went. I can ask a stranger in the street. I can, just like Elizabeth, tell a stranger in the street, I just published, for first book, and stranger in the street is going to give her a genuine congratulations, right? A stranger in the street, I tell them, hey, I can't go get this at the store. Can you get it? Because physically I can't right now. And they will have that human connection experience of, oh, shoot, she needs help. Let me get her, right? But this person that I am, when I'm really, really, really needy, I really need you to congratulate me. I really need you to go to the store and do this for me. That can't work because it's a very needy energy of separation consciousness. And so you don't love me is what the mind says. You don't love me because, and you guys can fill in the blanks. You don't love me because you're not calling me enough. You don't love me because you only message me when you need something. You don't love me because we haven't moved in together. You don't love me because X, Y, and Z. You can name every experience you're having. But the truth is, we don't need them to do anything to prove their love to us. We are love. We are whole. We are complete. We are the union on our own just by being. And so Elizabeth's person, he doesn't know to give these emotions. He can only be present. Same with my person. He could only be present because guess what happened? And that was a Friday night, busy, busy evening. I stared at like people in the street. That's literally what I did. I was in a moment where I needed him to do something for me and I was freaking needy with emotions and crying hysterically. I looked at the street and I saw people like walking around and I saw presence. I woozed that. I released it, and he went and did whatever I needed him to do without any emotions. I also didn't give an F. And so what did I experience from that? What I experienced from that was I can't need or want anything. I can't intervene, right? I can't intervene with my soul's journey.
Do you see, this is why what we're talking about is so important, because so many divine feminines come to us and they're still in the stories. They're still in the stories of why
they can't step out and watch the people walk on the street. They're in the mind, and it's looping and looping and looping.
And it's so hard for the mind to reconcile unconditional. What this journey is teaching us, how can we be unconditional? How can we be in the place of God, of soul, of source with this one person? And instead, the mind starts doing this whole, but that's not fair. Why can't I celebrate? Why can't I be sad? Why can't I mourn with a person? I just lost a friend. Why can't I have my person go to a funeral with me? Why can't I expect that of them? Anybody would do that. This is not a soulmate connection. As long as you see it through the eyes of conditions, I need you to go to a funeral with me. I need you to do this. I need you to be this way. I need you to be that way. You're not aligning, and you're never going to be able to be with your person. That's the reality of this connection. And it's really, really hard for the mind to grasp. On this channel, we are showing you, we are teaching you, we are guiding you how to be in a place of non-duality with this one person. There is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. That does not mean allow people to treat me like crap. That's not what we're saying. There is still boundaries of self, right? There's still boundaries of self. What we are saying is stop judging, stop being in mind, stop expecting a certain outcome, stop having preferences, because that's not how this connection works. As long as you're in that place, you're going to be in a place that repels your person. You want your person to come back. This is the energy that it takes to sustain, right? To sustain. There's okay if there's dips. I dipped this morning. I'm real with you guys. I dipped this morning. It got me upset. I got into anger, and I had to wooza, and I had to come back to a place of neutrality. And what's the first thing I said in my own mind when I was trying to work through my stuff after he came and apologized, or even before? This is what I told myself. This is a real life, what I was going back and forth with the mind. I need to raise my vibration. I don't want to manifest from this energy, because I choose me all the time. And I know how powerful I am, and I know how powerful energy is. How do I raise my vibration right now? Because I just dipped and I don't like where I'm at, because I was crying. I was upset. I was in anger. So that's what I stopped everything. And I was like, I need to get myself out of this. I need to go back to neutral. And that's what I did. And that's when you called Joanne. Then I was like, let's make our video. We need to share this information. This is the information that's going to help you shift. It's going to help you really start shedding the mind's expectations of what a connection like this is, how it entails.
Real. This is the real, good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. And it's freaking beautiful, love. Yes, we go through pain. We go through these cray-cray, but then there's profound oneness. There's profound oneness in unity consciousness, where there's no words, and it's pure being, and it's just union. And to get there, you got to release the not you. The not you is the one that needs. The not you is the one that expects. The not you is the one that gives conditions and love. The you is soul, and soul is free, and soul is one, and soul is now. We love you guys so much. We're always going to be teaching you truths in this journey. Grab our Twin Flame Bible for Union. The book is out. It is life-changing. We've already heard so many shifts happening. We're so excited to give this to the world, and we're so excited to be here with all of you guys in this cray-cray, yet beautiful, beautiful journey. Love you. Bye, love.
Bye, love.